Well, oh, it's only 9:06, dude. Too. Like, so yeah, let's just crush it by 10. Fucking go feed some kids, you know.
My wife's taking care of that. I don't need to deal with that shit.
Oh, good. Yeah, let's just run all day. Default mic, test, test, test. Perfect. Virtual background. Blah blah blah. Give me my offices, bitch. Hey, all right. Boys chilling. Boom, boom. God damn it. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Got it. Got it. Let me share screen. Bitcoin. Oh, you know what though? You're gonna have to join my live stream now though. Is that gonna work? You hear me?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. What were you saying about? We're live, baby. We're live. We're finally here. We made it. We had some technical issues this morning, audio, visual, all kinds, but we made it. We're finally here. We're a little late, but it's okay. CVO, what's going on, CVO? The charts are pumping.
Damn, you took my intro. Yeah, I guess it is. You know, we got a little dumping pump to start off the week, so always a good time. Let's you know, we're gonna jump on into it today. I was trying to remember last time we did a little intro, a little pre, a little test run, which didn't really seem to help us too much this morning. But yeah, market pretty much just kind of went sideways over the weekend. The stock market, everything's going to open up here soon. We're going to have probably an interesting week. So I'm interested to take a look, get your opinion, get some views, ask the chat what's going on with them, see what they'd like to look at. I'm just going to kind of take it easy, have some fun this morning.
Yeah, man, a lot of people just been focusing on like trying to find the bottom or trying to find the top. And, is 54, 53,000 the bottom or not the bottom? And yeah, it's been a confusing time. Bitcoin just literally last night just pumped from 54, came back down to 54, and just pumped right back up to 58 again. Kind of, if you look at it from like this chart right here, right now, it looks like a little bit of a double bottom situation. But I know you don't focus
Yeah.
on patterns like that.
No screen joined.
Don't know what happened there, but keep on rock and rolling.
Back in.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, I know your audio is kind of coming in, coming out. I don't know if it's you or me. So, but yeah, looks good. Otherwise, it looks like we still got the people in the chat. So yeah, we just came into a major target, and I won't go too much into it tonight as we kind of covered it a lot yesterday, but a really brief overview at the all-time highs here. I was looking for once again, looking at like a double top type of situation. There was a harmonic pattern in here, which is basically just a sequence of Fibonacci's that have very specific rulings to them. And they have really nice, like very specific targets as well. So this one was known as it's a bearish shark that we put up at the high here. And I'll pull that up right now, right? So there's this pattern right there, completed around, I was targeting 71,400, and this was back in May. And when, maybe like another couple $100 higher. And, one thing I always like to point out is that it's one of those times where, like, at the high there, obviously the news was extremely exciting. You had ETFs all over the place. We had new ETFs on. I think this move here was the Ethereum ETF time frame where, like, that was starting to get the ball rolling. Had a little pullback, then the ETFs got approved, just not listed yet. So, like, it's really hard to, like, look at this and say, all right, we're going to see pretty decent move back down once again, even just to the range lows, right? Like, nobody really wants to think about it or can imagine it because everything, but what's the reason? Why would it drop so much? And this actually had a really nice drop, like 26%, which is pretty decent. But yeah, this pattern here has a few very specific targets, like I said, one being the 0.5. So this is just a normal Fibonacci pull, right? So I'll even go ahead and delete that. Just get a Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to put the magnet on so it's just very specific. So from the exact low here, right, and up to that high. And I'll just go ahead and make sure we got the right fibs on, which, like I said, the targets of this one would be the 0.5, skips through the gold pocket, 0.886, and the 113. All right, so scoot that over now to take a look at it where we are. Go ahead and turn off these. And originally we came down, right? So last month came down, hit the 0.5, had the chance here to turn this into what's called the 5-0, where you get a bounce from the 50% retracement. And we actually had a potential to run it back toward the, to the all-time high. But the thing was, is that if you lost that, like I said, it was just the
All right, we're back. I don't know what happened there.
All right.
It's like an overload. Too much information.
It's too much, bro. It's too much. But yeah, so that's how we got here, I guess, is the, a simple answer of, like, 71 down to 55. I know we, kind of pierced a little bit lower into 53, got the bounce at the moment.
It's crazy how precise that drop was, exactly, like, to those levels.
It is, and the biggest thing about them is it takes time, so it's, how many, this is one of those areas where it's, many people probably try to buy and this, I'm focusing on Bitcoin on this, outlook right here. Obviously, I know that most are, interested in altcoins. We talk about altcoins. I'm a big altcoin, investor trader, I guess you could say as well. However, we got to understand how Bitcoin's, anticipate how Bitcoin could move, right? Because you don't want to be trying to buy, certain altcoins or even like the lower caps, because those get hit so hard if, Bitcoin's got a potential, topping pattern, or even if it's just, and this might not be the overall top. This could be, we could, come down, we swept the lows here, maybe we start reclaiming levels, and maybe you continue up. But buying here, right, this whole time frame, you just got melted on the altcoins, right? So That's just what I'm trying to like kind of focus on Bitcoin to start off this little stream with for the day. I think it's also a lot simpler to trade if you're actively looking to like day trade or even like something like take trades for the week. Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're just like the largest caps. They have, you know, just more, they like, once again, like this, like they respect the technicals really well. The altcoins do also, like to some degree, especially some of the like Solana, XRP. Oddly enough, XRP, even though it doesn't seem like it moves much, it's still a really great tradable asset. Litecoin's another one. You know, it doesn't get too much volatility, but it does respect it really well.
CVO, can you check if the rolling in here? We're going to be covering Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe some altcoins. Drop some altcoin recommendations into the chat, whether you're on TikTok or YouTube, and we'll cover that as key levels for some potential trades to be happening for Bitcoin. And maybe Bitcoin dropped.
It looks good. It looks good on TikTok, by the way.
Okay, good. Bitcoin to get into a good trade for Bitcoin right now, or is there something you're seeing that's like, hey, it's still early, baby,
the drop
for this week, not today specifically.
Yeah, as we go into this coming in, you know, the week here. So the first thing that, you know, I'm really looking for here is that we've got that pullback.
You know, you showed that chart earlier today of that bat. There is
drop here. It's, you know, everybody wants to know like right away. And this happened what, Thursday? It was, now it's like, oh man, I missed it. I think you even said that this morning, right?
I said that this morning the minute you signed up.
It starts at 8 a.m. Eastern. It's when the globally recognized New York utility hit at 8:30. Listed up here, we pretty much ran right to it. Had you got right, and then obviously that can grow into more. But at the moment, once again, most people probably aren't in a position. And what are we looking for? Ideal area for an entry right now for a new long, unless we come up and we start to flip one. I'm colorblind. I don't know the color of it. This brighter one is for as far as like today to look for a daily entry. It does kind of align right now with we're going to have the next local gold pocket. So in the smaller moves, right, this is where this is the next best spot where I'd look for the long. All right. And the reason being it's our weekly open. It's our local gold pocket at the moment, which coming from, you know, when you're looking at trading day, we have multiple sessions. Don't necessarily have anything from that, but yeah. So like in the sense of a risk management like scale, it's one of two things, right? So I'm either going to look for, I see a lot of people waking up right now and seeing that potentially they missed this, whatever, you know, you're getting a little bull flag right here. Maybe it does break out. I'd be looking for the weekly average to get claimed, really.
Quick question before we move forward. So you're saying about waiting for that lower end or the week level, right? For risk management purposes.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be, because like I said, like now, because you got to start stacking on a couple other things here. It's one of those times where, you know, there's not always a come, right? This is the thing. I don't know where the market's going to go. All I can do is prepare myself for the areas when it comes into it, how I'm going to, you know, react to it. So right now is not ideal move. That'd be a dope move for the day.
Yeah, but it's all about patience and risk management, right? And it's like sometimes people don't want to be patient. No, it could just keep breaking out from there, and then you have to find out and, you know, adjust your game plan. The game plan right now is ideally it'd be perfect if we come along. Patient, risk management, those are very key things that people need to practice to be able to eventually become a profitable trader in the long term. But go ahead.
And if we entered now, so that's a 2% move. That's a big stop loss. And especially, you know, there's the Asia session, the London session, and now the New York session. And just like days and weeks and months, they're putting their stop loss below that last low or high. And you can I got alert set. I'm gonna wait for the price to come to it, because we could just nuke right through it, right? And get yourself wicked out right away. You don't necessarily want to be doing that. And if this, you know, the shorter moves are definitely gonna, you know, get people jacked up. But above this right here, right? Because now you're coming up, you'd sweep these highs, you'd sweep this is our London session. Ours is the London session, and then New York starts at 8. So this is our London session high. So anybody trading over in London, right, it's got their things all sweep up here, close back below, and then come back down to this level here, and then look to catch that long. That would be my short setup for the day, right? It's still not necessarily overly an amazing entry, right? That's very short term, like 2-day setup. But you know, we want to be aware of for this week is that this is a range we have that we can start working off. So in theory, you know, we probably will see a move back up from this, and target of this is level. And then you've got the high time frame averages that we were talking about for like July, right? So the average of June, which has been for me, my overall idea right now is like big time frame. We're heading lower, so I'm aware of that. My short term stuff for the day is up 62, 64, maybe even 65. So for the week, you know, the one additional idea here would be sweeping last week's low and then getting that move as well. So that's why, like, even when I come into something like this, you know, my stop loss will probably be pretty tight, even higher than this, you know, local low here, depending on how, you know, how I see it. Or if I was going to go with something like this, I'd have to put my stop loss down below, which that's not going to happen, 6%. Unless you're just buying Bitcoin as a spot, like there, you know, the big move at hand, you know, are we going lower? Like, this is like no news, by the way. I don't look at any news. I couldn't tell you what like anything for, right? So, yeah. So anyways, interested to hear some questions
over on YouTube. Hopefully everything's okay. We'll wait back for the chat to listen. But I think everything's okay. Oops, it looks like it started happening like 4 minutes ago or something like that. So just jump on over on TikTok, guys. I don't know what's going on.